Hello, good evening. Welcome to your new English lesson. How much or how many? That's the question today. So let's start with how many. How many English words do you know? Is the first question. How many English words do you know? So it's a difficult question. The first one and the difficult one as well. So if you want to speak English fluently, on intermediate level, for example, you should know between 3,000, 4,000 words in English. So let's say, how many English words do you know? I know 4,000 words. So how many we use with countable nouns? How many words do you know? And when you use how many, you expect a number, usually in your answer. So how many words do you know? I know about 4,000 words. Okay. The next one is, how many pages does this book have? For example, I have a book here. So how many pages does this book have? Let's see. It has 272 pages. So again, we have a number, 272 pages. How many plus countable noun, and that is page. In this case, plural pages. So how many words? 4,000. How many pages? 279. Oh, I mean 72. And pay attention to how we make questions here in present simple tense. So how many English words or how many pages? That's like a question word. And then, very important word, auxiliary verb to do or does, depending on the subject. The book is third person singular, and then we have does. And here is you, second person, and we have do. But important thing is, after how many words, how many pages, auxiliary verb, the subject, and the main verb at the end. So how many English words do you know? Don't forget do. Do you know? How many pages does the book have? Okay. Let's see number 3. How many words? Again with words. How many words are there in this sentence? Here we have a question with, the sentence with there is, there are, a phrase, there is or there are. And when we make question, we put the verb first, are there. So how many words are there in this sentence? There are. We start the answer with there are. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 words in this sentence. So how many words are there in this sentence? There are 8 words in this sentence. Next one. How many times? How many times have I told you that? So, do you love me? How many times have I told you that? So, for example, we can answer, you have told me that, 100 times. How many times? You have told me that 100 times. Okay. Number 5, how many times do I have to repeat the same thing? How many times do I have to repeat the same thing? Clean your room. How many times do I have to repeat that? How many times do I have to repeat that? Here, time is countable now. So how many times? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 6 times, etc. But when we use the word time as uncountable noun, then we ask how much time. For example, do you have? And we cannot say once, twice, 3 times. We can just say, how much time do you have? I have just a little time. I have a lot of time. Or we can say, I have 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. But if we use time, we can only say, I just have like a little time for you. So how much time? How many times? She began to count how many guests they had to invite. She began to count how many guests they had to invite. So, for example, they were having a party or maybe a wedding or something like that, and they wanted to invite some guests. And then she began to count how many guests they had to invite. So they had to invite, and then the number 100 guests, 20 guests, or I don't know. Okay. And how many guests did they have to invite? I think that they had to invite 20 guests. I have seen that happen so many times, many times. So I have seen that happen so many times. Again, time as countable noun. So I've seen that happen 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, so many times. And the question would be, how many times have you seen that happen? How many times have you seen that happen? I've seen that happen so many times. So that was how many. After how many, we put S to the noun. How many words, how many pages, how many times, how many guests, how many books, etc. Of course, when the noun is irregular, then we don't put S, but we know that it's plural. Like, for example, how many men, how many women, how many children, how many, I don't know, feet, how many teeth, etc. So we don't put S at the end of these words, but we know that they are plural. 1 man, 2 men, 1 woman, 2 women, 1 child, 2 children, 1 foot, 2 feet, 1 tooth, 2 teeth. So it's plural. How many? Okay. How many foreign languages do you speak? Again, how many foreign languages do you speak? I speak 4 foreign languages. How many do you speak? The workers were drilling all morning and many neighbors complained. So how many neighbors complained? Well, many neighbors, maybe 5 of them, complained about the noise. And who made the noise? While the workers were drilling and they were making noise. Many people were deceived by the advertisement. So, how many people, no S, but people is plural, how many people were deceived by the advertisement? Well, a lot of people were deceived by the advertisement. So they believed in that what they heard and what they saw in that advertisement, and it was all lie. So they were deceived. They were tricked into doing something maybe, or into buying something. He had made so many mistakes already that he didn't dare to attempt this for the moment. So he had made so many mistakes already that he didn't dare to attempt it again. So how many mistakes did he make? How many mistakes did he make? He made so many mistakes. She has been a secretary for many years. For how long? She has been a secretary for many years. Present perfect, because she is still a secretary. So how long has she been a secretary, or how many years has she been a secretary? For many years. Okay. Much. Thank you very much. A common phrase that we need to learn by heart. Thank you very much. The lunch was delicious. I liked it. Thank you very much. That's too much. It means I don't need that much. It's too much coffee. I don't like coffee. Or it's too much sugar. I don't like sugar. It's too much money. I don't like money. Too much. So we can say that's too many when we think about, I don't know, whatever has a plural books. It's too many books, too many books, too many people. Okay, and it's too much when we think about noise, money, sugar, coffee. So uncountable now. No, that's too much. Noise, money, sugar, coffee. No, that's too many. Books, apples, people. Countable nouns. Too many rules, etc. Okay, do you know how much it costs? So when we ask about the price, we ask using how much, because it's like how much money. We usually skip the word money, but it's there. How much money does it cost? How much money does it cost? Do you know how much it costs? I feel much better. I feel much better. He looks much better now. He looks much better. How much time a week do you spend studying English? So we talked about that. How many times? How much time? How many times? How much time do you spend studying English? It's a good question. Try to answer. She runs much faster than he does. She runs much faster than he does. So she is faster than he is. I'm not much different than you. I'm not much different than you. I'm not unfriendly. I just don't like going out so much. I'm not unfriendly. I just don't like going out so much. I spend too much money on food. Uncountable noun. I spend too much money on food. People are busy and they don't have much time to relax. People are busy, they don't have much time to relax. His legs were tired after so much walking. His legs were tired after so much walking. He reads so much that he sometimes baffles his friends with his vocabulary. So he surprises them. He reads so much that he sometimes baffles his friends with his vocabulary. I know how much you missed her. You missed her a lot. I know how much you missed her. How generous you are to give me so much money. How generous you are to give me so much money. I wish I had as much spare time as you do. Spare time, it means free time. I wish I had as much spare time as you do, I hesitate to spend so much money on clothes because I don't earn that much. So I hesitate. I'm not sure whether I should spend or not so much money on clothes. Okay, that was it. How much? How many for today? See you next time. Bye.